The secret of the pine tree. Once upon a time, in the heart of a vast forest filled with colorful flowers and lush trees, there stood a magnificent and elegant pine tree at the highest peak. Every spring, the pine's leaves would turn fresh and bright green, birds would nest in its cool shade during the hot summer, and in the winter, it would proudly stand covered in snow. However, one day, a strange event began in the depths of the forest. All the animals in the forest became restless and lost their joy. Chiko, the pine tree's closest friend, came to the pine tree to find out the reason. "Dear Pine, why are the animals so sad? Has something happened?" he asked. The pine tree let out a deep sigh. "Dear Chiko, every year a pumpkin falls from the highest peak of the forest, and whoever collects it remains peaceful throughout the year. But this year, I have heard that the pumpkin is missing." Chiko immediately decided to take action. "Then we must all find this pumpkin together. If we bring peace back to the forest, everyone will be happy," he said. The pine tree admired Chiko's courage and supported him, thus, all the animals in the forest gathered. The rabbit, hedgehog, duck, and many other creatures set off in search of the pumpkin under Chiko's leadership. Each of them offered different skills as they tracked down the pumpkin in the vast forest. There was, however, a path leading to a dark valley. The animals were aware that this valley was dangerous and were hesitant to pass through it. But Chiko encouraged them, saying, "Don't be afraid. Together, we can overcome anything. If we combine our friendship and courage, we can cross the darkness." Together, they entered the dark valley. The depths of the darkness whispered strange sounds to them. But Chiko reminded them to keep going, thinking of the pine tree's strong stance. They shouldn't give up on finding the lost pumpkin. Just then, mysterious creatures began to appear from the darkness. The animals were frightened and wanted to retreat. However, Chiko did not lose his courage. "These creatures are testing us to see how strong we are. If we work together, we can defeat them," he said. The animals formed a circle by the riverbank and began to sing together. Their song enchanted the dark creatures. Slowly, the creatures' shapes began to change, moving away from their terrifying appearances and becoming peaceful beings. They realized that they felt just as charming as the little animals. In the depths of the dark valley, the courage and friendship of the animals softened the creatures. The creatures said, "If you unite, you can overcome anything. We can help you too. We will assist you in finding the lost pumpkin." So, the forest residents and the creatures joined forces to search for the pumpkin. Together, they scoured the forest, crossed deep lakes, and finally discovered the golden pumpkin sparkling behind a secret waterfall hidden in the depths of the dark valley. They shouted out joyfully together, "We found the pumpkin!" Upon bringing the pumpkin to the center of the forest, the faces of all the animals filled with smiles. They gathered around the pumpkin and started dancing together. The pine tree, filled with happiness from witnessing the power of friendship and courage, observed the entire forest and said, "Perhaps the true treasure is not the lost pumpkin itself, but understanding how important our friendship is in helping us find one another." From that day on, the pumpkin remained in the center of the forest as a symbol of the grand festival held every year. The animals of the forest came together each year to celebrate their friendships and unity. The day spent in the dark valley became a memory of the powerful light of friendship that brightened the forest and settled in everyone's heart. The pine tree continued to grow taller during each celebration, becoming a steadfast symbol of friendship and courage. The forest transformed into a peaceful place. and the pine tree stood proudly for centuries as the guardian of the forest and the keeper of friendships.